Hi friends, now let us take up the third concept in our concept zone, using escape sequences for formatting output. Formatting output is very core. Once you evolved as a professional and started your practice and providing software to your clients, your client does not bother about your talent, which language you used, how much time you used. All that is unnecessary for him. What he main concern is how elegantly he is giving input. He had to enter data, bank ATM. How elegantly, just for everything, one prompt statement comes, enter your PIN, enter your amount, like that. And you comfortably, without any doubt, you perform the operation. So that is giving input. Thereafter, you receive some statements from bank and elsewhere and all that. Whatever statement is given, just simply seeing that without any doubt you are able to understand that. That is called readability. So you have to provide such a facility to your program. Even a layman also should not trouble to give inputs. Easily, without any doubt, he or she should give the input. Thereafter, whenever a document is output is presented, it should be so elegant, and simply seeing that one should understand. So that is very important. That is very important. So you have to satisfy your client. Then only he pays money to you, and he will recommend you for some of his friends also. That's why your programming knowledge is one aspect, and how you develop user-friendly programs is another aspect. In this formatting output, I am focusing. For that purpose, two elements we use. Those are called escape sequences. Why those are called escape sequence, I explain little later. And those are new line sequence. New line sequence is meant for breaking the lines, is a line breaker. Second one is horizontal tab. This is new line sequence, backslash and n, and this is horizontal tab. Here lowercase, this is backslash. Slash is like this. This is backslash. Don't confuse. And this is backslash and lowercase t. This is horizontal tab. It creates a tab zone. Okay. And now what is the need of them and how to use them, we learn now. However, in the next program itself, we make the experiment. First, you learn what is its purpose. That only I am telling you. First, you understand the concept. Thereafter, you implement that. Okay. Now, let's come to this point. Already, in the first training session, I showed you one marks report, model marks report. I showed you. Then, in that, there are 13 items. There are around 11 items are there. 11 items are there. Now all items I presented like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I presented like this in a line. That means student name, class number, roll number, 3 subjects mark, 3 subject names, marks in 3 subjects, total marks, average mark. Everything I provided like this. Whatever you expect, whatever information you expect from a mark report, everything I provided like this. Will you be happy? I provide everything to you. What is your problem? Analogically, it is like that. Suppose in your dinner, you take 6 items. Let us say all 6 items you only eat. Suppose if I dump all 6 items in your plate at a time, how you feel? Can you eat it? But what is the result? Ultimately, you are eating 6 items. But if I dump all the 6 items at a time, you are not willing to eat. Otherwise, you hate it. Why? What is the reason? This is not served properly. So in star hotels and all that you see, very nicely, very elegantly they serve. More than a food, you like their serving style and all that. In the same way, this is result only. In mathematics, it will do, but in programming, it should not be like this. It is just a result. I know many college students, if they get result, they are happy. That's it. Their job is over. They feel. It is not that. If you want to evolve as a programmer, you should nicely format. Already I showed you format. Now we see. This is some heading is there. Thereafter, your name, your class number, your roll number, and names of the subjects and corresponding marks and total marks, average marks percentage. This is the way. Content wise both are same, but what is the specialty of that? It is elegantly organized. This is called formatted. Remember that, formatted output. This is just a result. So find the difference practically. Every time from the first program onwards, you format your output like this. Whatever is the format I give, or otherwise you can find any better format, you do that. So then only your job is over. Okay. Now formation of output. What elements you have to learn, that we are discussing here. Actually, I told you 11 items you require. All the 11 items I wrote like this. You are not happy with that. So in order, now I showed you the format also. In order to transform this one into this, what you have to do? You have to break data. Breaking data. Breaking data, if suppose if you break, it comes like this. This is also not a happy format. This is horizontal, this is vertical. Then breaking and placing. Breaking and placing. Breaking and placing. This you make. Then two basic operations you performed. Because of that formation is done. So for breaking purpose, we use a new line sequence, and placing purpose, we use horizontal tab. Now I am going to explain them here, and the next programs and all that we implement. First theoretically understand, thereafter you implement that. Okay. Now one thing you must remember, that these should be used only in printf statement, not anywhere else. Okay. Now we see printf. Printf statement, printf function is having a weakness. What is the weakness? Now A, B, C, D, E, F. These are strings. Printf, G, H, I. Now I have written 3 printf statements with 3 strings. When you execute this program, then how the output is printed? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. What is the basic reason? Printf function is having a weakness. It cannot break its line on its own. So you have to do something. Then only it breaks. So how it breaks? For that purpose, for breaking purpose, we have to use a new line sequence. Now I show you. By that you can understand. Printf new line, ABC, new line, DEF, new line, GHI. Now we have written like this. Then how it is printed, this is your monitor screen. One new line, actually cursor is here. Because of new line, one line down it prints. Okay, one line down and all that, why it is required, that also you have to practically understand. Suppose any book, any document you take, why 1 centimeter I left here? That is for elegance. You should not start from here. If I use this page also, I can at least 10 pages I can reduce. Why I am not doing it? Margins we leave. So for margin purpose, one line here we are leaving. Thereafter, what is printed? A, B, C are printed. Then new line is there. Where is the cursor? Cursor is here. New line moves the cursor to the first position of the immediate next line. Then D, E, F is printed. Again, where is the cursor? Here. Then it moves the cursor, new line sequence is there. It moves the cursor to the first position of the immediately next line. GHI is printed. This is the way. That means what it is doing? It is breaking the line. So where you want to break the line, then you write the new line sequence. Where you want. Now I want to break here. New line sequence. Don't forget, many students write slash. You have to write backslash and lowercase n. And one more thing, it should be written part of the string. Why it is called escape sequence? It makes the cursor to escape from this position to this. That is one reason. Other reason is all these characters are printed, but this is not printed. This is not printed. It escapes, but it performs an action and escapes. What action it is performing? it is performing line breaking action. That's why it is called escape sequence. It is one of the escape sequences. Now I explain the functionality of horizontal tab. Horizontal tab means backslash and lowercase t. This is used for formatting data. Breaking data you learned, formatting data. In order to know about this, then you should know some background. This is an ordinary, a typical monitor screen. This is by default it is divided into 10 tab zones. 1, 2, 3, like this. 10 tab zones. Each tab zone is 8 characters width. This information should. By default, it is divided into 10 tab zones. That means total how much width? 80 characters width. An ordinary typical monitor screen is 80 characters width. Means 80 characters you can write. By itself, by default, it is divided into 10 tab zones. That means each tab zone 8 characters width. That point you have to understand. Now, with this information, now you see, I write printf with A tab, horizontal tab, BC, horizontal tab, DEF, horizontal tab, GHIJ. Suppose I have written like this. As a result of that, what is happening? Now, first A is printed. And horizontal tab moves the cursor. Cursor is here. Moves the cursor to the first position of the immediately next zone. From here to cursor goes here. Then what is printed here? Here BC is printed. Again, cursor is because of this cursor moves here. It moves the cursor to the first position of the immediate first tab zone, second tab zone, third tab zone, fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th tab zone. So this process is continued. BC, thereafter DEF, thereafter GHI. Like that these are printed. If you use that, what is happening, now already marks report output you have seen. Suppose these are the names of the papers. A, B, C. Triple A, triple B, triple C are the, let us say, names of the subjects. Now corresponding marks 55, 45, 50. These are automatically are aligned. I showed in the program also, you can experiment, but before that you learn this thing. So otherwise, now you see how you write this code. Suppose printf triple A horizontal tab, triple B horizontal tab, triple C. Like this you write. Below that you are writing, let us say 55 horizontal tab, 45 horizontal tab, 50. Like this you write. Automatically this is organized like this. You need not count spaces and all that. That is the privilege with the horizontal tab. So there are other few more escape sequences, but in feel good series I am not going to explain. These two are enough for a basic formation. So next in every program we use them. But here I am introducing them. You understand their functionalities. My intention is only two intentions. One is you should know everything theoretically, then only you have to apply. Number two, you should not fail at all, and blindly you should not do anything. Like a blind person, go 10 feet straight, thereafter if one pole comes, take left. That is blind person's approach. You have wisdom, you have eyes, and you are blessed by God. So that's why know every concept, thereafter implement that. Don't behave like an ordinary college student. Every time I request you, I have no aversion towards the college student because I hate their bad habits. Simply getting result, they feel that everything is over. You come out of that. Behave like a professional and think like a professional and do like a professional. That is the objective of this system.